Greetings everybody and welcome back to another livestream recap. As you might know, I'm ImagineerDave, the host of this channel, and I work towards Minecraft's most realistic railway. That being said, I am back from a much needed vacation, so let's dive into what happened in the livestreams 151 till 160 of the Create SMP series. In episode 151 we went back to the Sheperton expansion, where we started to, really expand. The idea was initially made to give Shepperton more of a realistic feeling as a city and involved a few housing areas and a new street coming out of the main station. After the houses near the main station were done in the last recap, I started working on the street pointing towards the station and the adjacent bridge. In a creative version of the world, the area was planned out and slowly the pieces fell to their place. In order to cross the railroad and the river past to Kennyux's base, I decided in the master plan to slowly raise the ground up towards this side. That way we can clear the main line and the river with a bridge, we get more atmosphere and realism because streets in real life aren't level either, and we have a perfect way to block the sidelines to really continue this atmosphere. First things first, the bridge to cross. I decided on the steel arch combined with some truss parts to be the eye catcher of this area. The main line continues underneath on the bank of the river, and beside it the retaining wall keeps up the raised ground. As you can see, the bridge had to be on a 45-degree angle in order to really give an amazing reveal when walking towards the station. Now, in the coming episodes we work on the real struggle. Buildings that go uphill and are also diagonal. Even though it's a lot of work, the past has proven me that diagonal buildings are definitely doable. With that in mind, we dove into episodes 152 to 155. The first buildings were, however, a bit of a struggle. Setting this new, older style of building combined with the angle turned out to be quite tricky. After a few buildings and some inspirations from areas like Edinburgh, I could finally figure out a style in which this Main Street vibe would fit perfectly. The Edinburgh example works nicely with my first idea of having shops on the first floor. The different shades of shop facades really stand out and give each building its own identity. Besides that, the steep gable roofs, tall windows and duller sorts of bricks really give it the old English feeling I wanted. After designing some buildings, I really started loving how they looked and wanted to get them in game. However, this new, duller sort of brick gave me another issue. I didn't really have it available. Luckily enough, in Create there are many ways to fix that. And in episode 156 we started on fixing that by creating a new factory. A mud brick factory to be exact. In order to make mud bricks within Minecraft you need, packed mud, for which you need mud, and to get mud you need dirt and water. Sounds rather simple, but the most important thing is how to make the dirt renewable. Well, you are watching it right now. I started designing what I call a dirt generator. As some of you might know, coarse dirt is crafted by using 2 dirt and 2 gravel, which will give you 4 coarse dirt. Why does this matter into dirt making, you might wonder? Well, it turns out that you can turn coarse dirt into farmland, and farmland gives you, well, normal dirt. I never thought I could be so excited about dirt, to be honest. This means 2 dirt and 2 gravel will give you 4 dirt. So basically it's not really a dirt generator, but a gravel converter. Anyway, let's just keep calling it a dirt generator since I only thought of this whilst writing the script. Only thing left is to make it compact and a little nicer looking, and tada, we have a dirt generator. Of course, all the other steps still have to happen, and in episode 157 I designed a little building for all of those steps. Since I've been recently to Bruges and I have visited the Halve Maan or Half Moon Brewery, I got inspired to make this building a little taller. See, in the beer brewery they do something smart where they move the ingredients that need to be processed first up for them to be processed downwards through all kinds of steps. That way you only move the ingredients up once and you get the end at the bottom. I found this to be so smart that I wanted to do it the same in my own factory. A taller, less wide building was needed because of this, and a great facade came first. Also, please don't mind the red going through. It's all made out of umber bricks, but this is sadly a bug in Create Deco and Replay mod, but I still wanted to give you an insight into how it was designed. The building then got some sides showing tall rectangular windows over multiple floors, which are resolved into a decorated gutter with above it an angled roof with a clerestory, something like that. These elements are again inspired from Bruges and Old England. After one of these parts was done, I added some floors, stacked the window set and mirrored the whole thing to a complete building. The copy pasting is not really an issue here, since back in the day this was often done to save on design and build cost, and at the same time the repetitiveness is somewhat countered by the many intricate details and depth that the windows and gutters give. To really make the building special, however, one last element was definitely needed. And in episode 158 we started to add this much needed element, which is of course a chimney. What would a brick factory be without a proper oven to bake the bricks in? On the side I added a little building to house the big oven and engines and things like that, with on top of it the chimney that extends just over the top of the factory itself. This chimney was like many others in the Sheperton area, a round, elliptical, inclined, brick-built chimney. Jesus, that's a lot of words. After the outside was done, it was time to move to the inside, starting on the dirt distribution system. Since I didn't want the generator to always run, since it would add lag in the area, I gave it a threshold. Only if there was enough coarse dirt supplied to the machine and used by other things, it would start to generate more. In episode 159 it was time to build the newly designed factory in-game. On the shunt yard side of the area there was some narrow space left to have it there and have the dirt generator over one of the rails. At first I was in doubt about this location and some others, so I put up a vote on Discord. Eventually this location turned out to be the big winner, and I do have to admit I really like it here. Finally, after the design and gathering phases, I could start building the first side of Main Street houses in-game in episode 116. Although the road was built earlier, the area in front of the road was laid down first, and from there the buildings slowly came up. Now our city and of course our station have a proper entrance to them. With that being said, that was it for this livestream recap. Even though it doesn't look like much has happened in these episodes, the designing of the main street was a job that certainly took a long while. And in the end, it was definitely worth it. As always, I want to thank you so much for following along, as it really helps me to stay motivated and make more ideas and plans. If you want to check out these live streams, be sure to join my Discord down below to get notified when I'm live, or follow me here on YouTube to get community notifications. If you are looking for schematics, some can be found over at my Discord and others at my Patreon page. Again, I'd like to thank you for watching. This is ImagineerDave, signing off. So, bye bye!